Will you love me if I help you hide? We're all lit up. Is it Christmas?
I've still got guns and ammo if you need them. Sure do. Lots of folk been coming out east, sorting through junk, looking for whatever they can sell. Times are tough back home. Too many people, not enough work. Unless you like shoveling Brahmin shit. Sure, no problem.
Thanks. Bye.
Come back and see us again soon.
If you're planning to stay a while, I could see clear to giving you a once-over. Rightly so, I should think. Three angry death clouds make for a reconstructive surgery. If you're planning to stay a while... If you're planning to stay a while... Rightly so, I should think. If you're planning to stay a while...
Will sir be staying for any considerable length of time? Very good, sir.
The lobotomite who saved us. Hello. Why, yes, although the term is research. Thank you. Look at these. They seem to be found inside some of the specimens here at Big Mountain. I notice these results more and more now that I know to look for them. Come back anytime, and I'll show you what else I've discovered. Until next time, then.
The teddy bear lobotomite returns. My teddy bear. How can I assist in relieving your curiosity? Here, please. Take this from me with your rough, bacterial-laden hands. Oh, and here's a tip. Until our next interaction, my intriguing little lobotomite.
So is Mobius as twisted as he looked in person? Can't believe you entered the Forbidden Zone and lived. None of us can. This debugging obsession of yours really has you hooked. Either that or this is one weird hobby. Yeah, there were a few under the monitors here. Here you go. Keeps the place tidy. Until our next scheduled audio transmission and reception, then.
Thank you for what you have done. The helping, that is. We like that. I feel an odd emotion. Platitude? Attitude? No, wait. Gratitude. That's it. Yes, a most goodbye.
Will Sir be staying for any considerable length of time during Sir's visit? Very good indeed, sir. Throwing out the riffraff protocols engaged. All personality matrices are offline, sir. Very good, sir.
Have you had any luck finding the scouts? Or did you have something to discuss? I can spare a little time. What did you want to talk about? It's a protective measure that was enacted after our defeat at Helios. The NCR was hot on our heels, and we wouldn't have survived another encounter. It was decided that we would stay quiet for a time, heal the wounded, and try to come up with a new strategy. However, after we had fully recuperated, our first scouting measures showed that the NCR's presence in this region had only increased in our absence. There are now more than 5 times the number of NCR troops in the area as when we fought them. And we have half the number we did at Helios. And so the lockdown has been extended. To go outside would be the death of us all. We have some personnel that are allowed to travel on the surface. They trade for what we need and occasionally drop off what they acquire. We make sure that they only enter or leave the bunker while the sandstorm is active, to avoid detection. That is this base's defensive system. It serves as camouflage and masks all entry and exit from the bunker. We use it to hide our patrols and supply runners, though we still send such out at night to be extra safe. Bye. Have you had any luck finding the scouts? Good. Let's take a look. If I'm reading this right, it appears that the NCR's grip on this region is nowhere near as firm as I thought. I'll have to review these in detail, but these reports have given me much to think about. Thank you, Outsider. You've become someone I can count on, so I believe I can share something rather confidential with you. The device that creates the sandstorms above, that masks our comings and goings, was only intended to be used in case of emergencies. It was never meant to be used with any regularity, and the other systems here were not designed to accommodate such usage. In particular, the air filtration system simply cannot handle the quantity of sand and grit that it's been forced to cope with these last few years. As a result, the system is failing, albeit slowly. I'm told we have a scant few months before it shuts down completely. Should that happen, it will quickly become impossible to breathe here in the bunker. Already the air quality begins to slightly worsen. I would like you to find the components we need to fix this bunker's air filtration system. I cannot overstate the importance of this task. See Senior Knight Lorenzo for the details. He's the one who brought the matter to my attention, and the only other person who is aware of it.
Did you hear about that NCR higher-up that died? That he was trying to sabotage them? Hope it wasn't the only one.
Oh, you must be the outsider everyone's buzzing about. Pleased to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, senior knight and general handyman around here. So now I'm going to have your death on my conscience too? Great. No, I heard you quite clearly. You're being sent off to be killed like the others. You think you're the first person the Elders trusted with this? He sent 3 of our patrols out looking for those components, and they're all dead. I was the one who supplied the Elder with the location of possible sites where we could find the components, so their deaths are my fault. And now it's your turn. Well, don't say you weren't warned. I won't take the blame when you die horribly, but I can tell you're getting impatient. The items I'll need to keep the system running are a differential pressure controller, a reverse pulse cleaner, and several HEPA cartridge filters. At present, my best guess for finding the items would be to search any of the old vaults in the area. Those vaults were usually built much like these military bunkers, even using the same contractors in their constructions at times. I'll mark the vault's locations on your map. Best of luck to you. There was a huge explosion east of the Colorado a little while ago. Does the NCR have any artillery?
Uh-oh. That's all. Time to fight. Was that all? Was that all? Uh-oh. Was that all? Do you like me? Otherwise dealt with. Fighting over. This one looks pretty tough. Cessation of hostilities complete. Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light. Uh-oh. Was that all? Starting combat. Just kidding. dealt with. This one looks pretty tough. Bad guys dealt with. Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light. Was that all? Ready, steady, fighting. Bad guys dealt with. This one looks pretty tough. Fighting's over. We're all lit up. Is it Christmas? Are we being watched? This one looks pretty tough. That's all. Ready, steady, fighty. Fighting over. This one looks pretty tough. Bad guys dealt with.
Took your sweet time. I suppose the NCR sent you? She's such a dear. Not like that pompous little pedant she works for. But that's neither here nor there. These plants have gotten completely out of control. I've got a plan to deal with them, but I'll need your help. Good. Meet me on the second level, and I'll explain what needs to be done. What's this? Did you do these repairs? Not bad. Not bad at all. Saves me time, I guess. See you upstairs.
You're my best friend forever.
Good, you're here. Ready to begin? Time is of the essence, so I'll be brief. This place is filled with spores that are toxic to humans, and we need to get rid of them. I've pumped the vault full of a highly flammable gas that, once ignited, should destroy the vast majority of spores. There's one problem, though. The gas becomes semi-inert on exposure to oxygen, meaning the gas will have to be ignited close to where it's being introduced. I need you to find the vents where the gas is being pumped and ignite it. Oh, and survive the resulting blast. I set the gas to pump into the 5th level since that's where the concentration of spores was highest. I'd start looking there. Typically, these vaults use circular vents in their air circulation systems. Look for a wall with 2 of them almost side by side. There's one just around the corner outside this lab if you need an example. In the area where the gas is active, any kind of fire or explosion should do the trick. Hell, even lasers would do the job. If you don't have anything like that, I've got some grenades in my bag in the corner that you can use. Yes, there'll be an explosion when the gas is ignited, but I'm sure you'll be fine. Now leave me to my work. Good. Return to me when it's done.
Good. You survived. I was beginning to think you hadn't. You'll be pleased to know that the spore should no longer be a problem. Now all that's left is to ensure that none of this ever happens again. The research that led to these abominations must be erased. I've managed to create a connection to the Vault's backup system from here. I just have to remotely delete all the files, and we're done here. No, it shouldn't take all that long. Just a few more moments, and... That's strange. The system says that the files were accessed recently, and copied to an external source. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you? It's possible. I've spent the last few days in a cave, after all. For all we know, that man sent someone immediately after you to swipe the data while you posed as mantis bait. Nothing to be done about it, I suppose. All we can do is delete what's here, and that's done. I've unlocked the door, so you're free to run along now. Although it pains me to say it, I wouldn't have made it out of here without your help. If you're heading back toward McCarran, tell Dr. Williams that she has my thanks as well.
Did you find Keeley? You haven't been back for a while, so I was hoping... Dead? But that's... terrible. You're sure? You saw her body? With the way she looks, maybe she just seemed dead and she really wasn't. No. You've seen enough death to know the difference. I didn't mean to sound ungrateful. I know you tried. Keeley was brilliant. She'd seen so much. What a horrible waste.
Ah, I was just wondering what had become of you. Wonderful. Excellent work. Let me see it. It'll take a moment to decode on my terminal. I don't see how that's relevant. The dangers of the Vault were your business, not mine. The only question is whether the data is still intact. I think Williams' decryption algorithms seem to be working. Yes, here it is. The data is mostly uncorrupted. This will make the board of directors finally sit up and take notice. Here then, as promised, an agreeable sum payable upon delivery of the data. You've more than done your part. You want to renegotiate your contract? This is a very serious matter. You do understand that, don't you? I realize that one's word counts for little in the wasteland, but amongst civilized people, one doesn't just demand more than one has agreed to. You're saying that I didn't file the proper paperwork, is that it? I suppose you're an expert on NCR procedures? All right, fair enough. No need to bring the military into this matter. It's between the two of us, after all. Here, take these caps. That's all of my contracting budget, and it's yours. Now, I've got to get back to work. I'm sure you understand. Exit's over there. You can show yourself out.
Ready, steady, fight. Bad guys dealt with.
Are we really gonna do this? It's open. We could just leave.
I couldn't. Not after that.
We're all
You
lit
don't
up.
deserve to leave.
Is it Christmas?
A shining example. That's what it called us. But we did what we were supposed to. Not by a long shot. Anybody would have done what we did.
You ask me? That's exactly the problem. Now let's get on with this.
I'll go first. Wait. People should know what happened. They could learn from it. If there's anyone out there at all, I hope they never have to find out. Ready, Harry? Yeah. No, wait!
Ready, steady, fighty. Was that all? Time to fight.
That's enough of that.
Cessation of hostilities complete. Briefing done. Fighting now. Was that all? Uh-oh. Fighting over. Time to fight. That's all. I bet no one has ever been as unnoticed as me.
They'll never see the haymakers coming.
This one looks pretty tough. Bad guys dealt with. Tweaking done. Fighting now. Fighting over. Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light. Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light. Ready, steady, fighty. Bad guys dealt with.
She can't do this. It's done. We're done. Nothing's done. She's got the authority. The only thing she can't do is change her own fate. Nothing says she can't change the selection process for future overseers. I say she can't. You shouldn't have toyed with her like that, Roy. We still have the majority. We don't vote for anything anymore. I'm not talking about voting. What then? You want to have a sit-in? A hunger strike? Not exactly. Maybe march into her office with torches and pitchforks? Yes. Come on. I mean it. What? Start a revolution? Laws don't outlast their governments. Roy, all we have to do is wait until someone from Justice Block gets picked for overseer. Then we have them change the law back. There won't be any blocks after the new overseer is picked tomorrow. Everyone's going to move on. By the time we've reformed, who knows if we'll still be in the majority? We can hold the block together. You don't know that. Besides, what if the computer picks you? What if it picks me? And your solution is to start shooting? Not if we don't have to. Look, we arm up. We go to the lower floors, take some strategic targets. Power, food, water. Just until she turns authority over to us. The other blocks won't support it. They're tired of us having the power. We have the majority. We don't need them. This isn't a vote, Roy. They'll fight back. They've never had the nerve. Hell of a way to test it.
Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light. You're my best friend forever. Ready, steady, fighty. That's all. Time to fight. That's all. This one looks pretty tough. That's all. Uh-oh. Fighting over. Was that all? Nobody ever notices me, but they notice the Pip-Boy light. Nobody ever notices me.
Aw.
Did you even know you were wearing me? We're okay on Stimpaks. Med-X reserves empty. Starting combat. Just kidding.
Should have brought something to read.
Okay, I'll go away.
Aw, just when the standing around was getting exciting. Should have brought something to read.
No more medics to kill the pain.
Congratulations, Martyr. Your fantastic journey is only just beginning. Please proceed to the light. The light is calming and puts your mind at ease. Go to the light. Welcome. Please sit in the chair. The show is about to begin. Greetings, Martyr, and welcome. If you're here now, it means you've been offered up as a sacrifice so that your vault can continue to thrive. Currently, you may be feeling sad or angry. Perhaps you never got to have grandkids, or to enjoy the pleasures of a fresh cigar. But march with your chin held high, soldier, and remember that each of us has an important role to play. For some people, their role might be to heal the sick. For others, it might mean they will drive a race car or fly a rocket ship. And some of us are meant to forfeit our lives for the good of the people. Sure, it might not be as fun as driving a race car, but it's every bit as important. Let's take a moment to reflect on the moments that made your life worth living. Think about that time you kissed your steady girl for the first time under the bleachers at the big game. Or when you snuck out after curfew to catch that new flick that your parents wouldn't let you see because it was too scary. Boy, were they right. And who could forget when you met the love of your life? What a looker. These are just examples. Do you feel that feeling stirring in your chest as you think of these things? Good. What you are feeling is peace. You've led a great life. Living it has been its own reward. But it is only the beginning. Close your eyes now and imagine what joys await you in the next life. The afterlife. Can you see them? Good.
We haven't seen anybody in a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too. Time to fight. That's all.
All right, I know you can hear me, so listen up. There's 5 of us left. 5 out of I don't know how many. So, it's over.
Aw.
We've talked and it's over. We're not gonna send anybody to die anymore. So shut off our water, our gases, or do whatever it is you're programmed to do. But we're done listening to you. Congratulations, citizens of Vault 11. You have made the decision not to sacrifice one of your own. You can walk with your head held high, knowing that your commitment to human life is a shining example to us all. And to make that feeling of pride even sweeter, I have some exciting news. Despite what you were led to believe, the population of Vault 11 is not going to be exterminated for its disobedience. Instead, the mechanism to open the main vault door has now been enabled, and you can come and go at your leisure. But not so fast. Be sure to check with your overseer to find out if it's safe to leave. Here at Vault-Tec, your safety is our #1 priority.
How may I assist you?
Good to see you. Alive, that is. Have you found all of the components yet? Really? I mean, that's great. I knew you could do it all along. I'll get right to work installing these. Why don't you go tell the Elder the good news? I'm sure it'll be a huge load off of his shoulders.
You're being watched, so don't get any ideas.
Veronica, I hope...
I brought you a present. This disc has secrets to breeding plants that can thrive in the wasteland.
High Elder Maxon didn't found us to be botanists, Veronica.
Think about it. No more trading guns for food. Total self-sufficiency. It's what we always wanted.
This won't get us Hoover Dam.
Yes, it will. If we feed people, they'll support us. They'll join us.
What does the Codex say?
A bunch of closed-minded bullshit.
We do not help them or let them in.
But...
we keep knowledge they must never have.
Give it a chance. For me. I can't stay here and watch us waste away.
I'm sorry.
We'll die out.
I know.
Come on. I can't listen to this anymore.
Back again, I see. Have you found all the components we need? Good news for a change. Your efforts have humbled me, outsider. You have done more than I could expect, even from my brothers. Moreover, I've been going over the Scouts' reports, and keep coming up with the same conclusion. The NCR is not the threat I've believed it to be. We should not have had to rely on your help in this crisis. I believed my actions were guided by caution and prudence, but I now see the truth. People called me a hero after what happened at Helios. But I left that battle scarred by fear, and have allowed that weakness to govern my actions. That ends now. I will undo the wrong I have done my brethren and lift the lockdown. With luck, we will once again flourish. Please, take this. It is a small token of my thanks, and scarcely begins to repay the debt owed you, but is all I am allowed to give an outsider. This key will allow you to use our safe house to the northeast. I hope it will prove useful in your travels.
He wouldn't listen. The truth was right there staring him in the face. How could he not listen? I see that now. I thought I knew him better than that, but it was like talking to a stranger. How can I help them when they won't accept it? It wouldn't matter. The Elder has final say. The hell of it is he's one of our most progressive members. If I can't get him to agree, it's hopeless. I don't know if I can stay. Maybe it'd be better for everyone if I left. Spent my life somewhere else. Work with the followers of the Apocalypse, maybe. Put my knowledge to some good use. Or I can stay here with the people I care about and do whatever I can until it comes to a slow or sudden end. They may be a bunch of wooden conformists, but anything I did without them would feel empty. I'd always be reminded of this day, how I wasn't strong enough to stand by them. So, I guess I'll stay. Won't be easy, but at least I won't feel guilty about the choice. Let's get going. I'd like to get my mind off all this, and some fresh air would do me some good, right about now.
We heard Veronica talking with the Elder. We won't stand for this. Their sentimentality prevents them from administering justice. Our duty is to the Codex above all, something your companion has forgotten, and that gives us the authority to make it our place. She'd be doing a greater service by carrying out her duties and not trying to undermine the Elder's authority. This had better be the last time her loyalty falters. You've been warned.
God, I should get used to this, I guess. People get desperate. They turn on each other. First thing to go is trust. I don't think it's ever gonna be the same for me in there. Knowing no matter what I do, it's gonna end badly. But they're all I have. No, I think it is. I have to be resolved about this. If I waver, it'll just make things harder. They need me, and I'm not going to abandon them. Yeah, I've got the rest of my life to help them out. I could spare a little while to see things through with you. Good idea. Listen, I want to thank you for helping me out. I'm sorry that things didn't go like I'd hoped, but at least I got the chance to try. At least I know for sure that there was nothing I could do. Thank you for giving me that chance.
There you are. A few of us wanted to thank you for being such a good friend to the Brotherhood, so we've set aside some of our recycled energy cells. We'll leave a few of them in that footlocker in the corner every so often. The Paladins scoff at using recycled ammo, so no one should mind.
Welcome, outsider, welcome. The lockdown has been officially lifted, and everyone seems to be in good spirits. What can I do for you? You've certainly earned the right, but I'm afraid there's a slight matter of protocol that must be dealt with first. Exceptional individuals, like yourself, are sometimes allowed to join the Brotherhood if they perform a valuable service for it. While your actions up to this point have been commendable, I am afraid they don't quite qualify as such a service. However, I do have another task that fits the bill rather nicely. Would you consider undertaking it? As one of our patrols discovered, the mutants just to the northeast have become strangely violent in the years we were secluded. However, this turn of events could also be an opportunity. We mostly left the equipment of the communications array there alone, out of respect. As the inhabitants have now proven themselves hostile, No more respect will be accorded them, making their equipment fair game. I want you to head up to the summit of Black Mountain and install this remote signal transmitter in one of their consoles. It will allow us to tap into the radar and other detection systems running there, assuming they're still operational. If we're going to operate on the surface again, it would be nice to do so with as much information at our fingertips as possible. Good luck.
It looks like you've managed to talk some sense into the Elder Outsider. Be assured I'll still be keeping an eye on him. Your efforts to help this chapter are not unappreciated. Now what can I do for you? Later.
Ready, steady, fighty. Bad guys dealt with.
This is a dangerous place, human, especially for your kind. I suggest you turn back. There's nothing good waiting for you further on. You must have heard her radio broadcasts. Though why a human would follow her invitation here is beyond me, unless you didn't listen very closely. The voice on the radio belongs to Tabitha, the Supreme Commander of Black Mountain, or as she calls it, the state of Utopia. She took control of this place almost 2 years ago. The super mutants here do whatever she says, and she says humans are to be killed on sight. For years, Black Mountain was a peaceful community. Its leader, Marcus, broadcast an invitation to mutants throughout the wasteland. That's how I found Black Mountain. So did others, most of them second-generation mutants. Marcus welcomed everyone. That was his mistake. The community ended up being mostly second-gen, not very bright, but easy to influence. Fine until the Nightkin came along, led by Tabitha. In a week, she had most of the second-gens thinking she was some kind of prophet, and that she should be broadcasting her truth, not Marcus. Marcus saw what was coming and decided to leave before things got out of hand. He smashed the radio and left to found Jacobstown. There's a sad story behind that. Marcus smashed it just fine, but while we were gone, some ghoul named Raoul came along. Tabitha turned him into her personal mechanic. A slave, really. See, if I'd been standing down here, I could have warned him before it was too late. The opposite of Black Mountain. A stable community of mutants, mostly. Led by a mentally stable leader. Humans are welcome there, so long as they behave themselves. Look northwest of Red Rock Canyon if you want to find it. Marcus sent me here a couple of months ago to check on Black Mountain. I suppose you could say I came here as a spy. But with no signs of Tabitha's weakening and none of the second gens ready to revolt or to come to Jacobstown, there wasn't much I could do. Down here, on the other hand, I've saved a dozen mutants from heading up the mountain. It's not much, but it's something. I have my own reasons to stay away from Jacobstown for a while. Reasons we won't be discussing, so I've stayed here. The Nightkin are vicious in combat, and that's if you see them coming. Most don't. They were created to be soldiers and given devices to camouflage them in battle. Unfortunately, the devices drove most of them mad over time. They spend most of their time at the top of the mountain, but patrol the roads after dark as well. You do well to avoid the mountain at night. The road is a series of switchbacks up to the peak. There are 3 blockades plus patrols. Sneaking past them would be difficult. Just before the peak is a kind of shanty village. More second gens there. And then there's Tabitha's compound, heavily guarded by her nightkin. Keep saying things like that and I won't be so friendly. Not every super mutant is a brain-damaged brute. Many of us are just as intelligent as basic humans, and the rest don't really have any choice in the matter, do they? And none taken, since you apologized. Help would improve the odds. Help might just make the difference. All right, if you're good enough at what you do to meet me in the village up near the peak, we can talk further. I'll have a plan by the time I see you, if I see you. Good luck. It's gonna be a lot harder for you to get up there than it will be for me.
Time to fight. Bad guys dealt with.
I'm staying out of this.
Time to fight. Was that all? Sneaking done. Fighting now. Cessation of hostilities complete. We haven't seen anybody in a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too. Uh-oh. That's all. Sneaking done. Fighting now. Fighting over. Fighting over. We haven't seen anybody in a while. Maybe the monsters have stealth suits too.
Could you please direct me to Mistress Tabitha? And I suppose you're taking credit for the deed, Fiend? I will avenge her! And for that, you must die!
Fighting over.
Took you long enough, so can I go now? Sorry. I assumed the only reason you'd fight past a horde of super mutants and pick the lock on my cell is if you heard my cry for help on the radio. But maybe you're just sightseeing. So since the door's open and all, can I go now? Name's Raul.
Raul Alfonso Tejada. I'm the mechanic around here. No. No, boss. I'm a prisoner of the crazy super mutant with the wig and the glasses. I was kind of hoping you were here to set me free. But maybe I'm not a pretty enough damsel for that. Huh? Probably because it used to be Miguel's. Whoever he was. How about if you let me go, huh, boss? You got the caps, I got the skills. I haven't heard a fresh batch of crazy coming out of the radio in a while. Does that mean I can leave? You forget about me already, boss? You sure you didn't take a blow to the head or something? My name is Raul Alfonso Tejada. Can I leave now? Or did you want to ask me again in 5 minutes? Alrighty then. I'll just head out, alone, by myself, into the dangerous waste. If by some chance you want to find me again, and if by some even greater chance the coyotes haven't picked my bones clean, I'll be at my shack.
Pip-Boy lights on. Time to fight. Fighting over. Uh-oh. Fighting over. Time to fight. Time to fight. Hostilities complete. Uh-oh. Fighting over.
This is none of your business, profligate. Move on. I am Decanus Tacitus of Caesar's Legion. It is Latin for silent. It was given to me by Caesar himself as an award for my adeptness in stealth operations. What we are doing here is of no concern to you, profligate. Move along. Very well. Lord Caesar has ordered me to deal with the El Dorado substation. You're willing to assist us? Very well. Decide quickly. We must move soon.
Greetings, my friend. I hope I can be of some assistance to you. Yes, we've already started receiving telemetry from it. This will be a great help in our future efforts, and I thank you. Now then, it is my great honor to bestow upon you the title of Paladin of the Brotherhood, for meritorious service above and beyond the call of duty. I'm afraid a formal ceremony was out of the question, given our current state, but I hope this will make up for it. I had the Knights refurbish a suit of our power armor for your use. It's one of the earlier models, but it should serve you well. Now, I suppose I'm going to have to show you how to use it, aren't I? Would you like to tell me where you learned such a thing? No, don't bother. A person as well-traveled as yourself is bound to pick up all kinds of skills, I suppose. Luckily, that's not all I have for you. I've also given the order that all of our equipment be made available to you, not just the more mundane arms. You're a member of the Brotherhood now, and your gear should reflect that. Lastly, you will be allowed to come and go as you please. You've done so much for us that to do otherwise would be a crime. I just ask that you keep the Brotherhood's interests at heart in all your dealings. Remember that you will always have a home here.
Ring a ding, baby.
Bitter Springs. Name like that could have only brought bad luck.
This wasteland they say you are going. We will miss your bright eyes and sweet smile. For they say you are taking the sunshine that has brightened our road for a while. So come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the New Vegas Valley and the drifter that loved you so true. For a long time, my darling, I've waited for the sweet words you never would say. Now at last all my fond hopes have vanished, for they say that you're going away. So come sit by my side if you love me. Do not hasten to bid me adieu. Just remember the New Vegas Valley and the drifter that loved you so true.